Hello YouTube, and welcome back to Chef Lethal Plays Path of Exile, a slow walkthrough series. I'm Chef Lethal. This is episode number 44. And I want to say thank you as always for joining me. And what I'm trying to do in my editing, because I obviously I'm heavily advertising this series as minimally edited, and I'm doing very little like extra work because I want to make sure that I at least get the content done and not spend all my time editing or thumbnailing or whatever. But what I am trying to do lately, and it's probably starting in the late 30s, early 40s episodes, is and adding at the end a little card at the top of the screen that is a link to the playlist for the series, and then at the beginning of every episode I've been pretty good, I think, about linking in a card at the top the previous episode in case you skipped ahead or missed it or something like that. So just something I wanted to call out there that I'm trying to do is make sure you have access to all of the links and stuff as far as getting access to the series. That being said, we've got a ton of gear from last episodes to look through, so let me get right into it. This ring here has an open suffix, and I'm looking at this would potentially replace the agony coil. We just lose 2%, I can do math, 5% cold resistance. Oh, the fire damage. I like the chaos resistance though. I'm gonna place this here temporarily for now. See, this is a piece of garbage. This is garbage. We don't use claws. Let's see, rarity of, so all of these rings are gonna be rarity of items, so it's gonna be pretty hard for them to top what we already have because we're looking at resistances mainly. So let's see, rarity, got a ton of intelligence and a little bit of lightning resistance. But no good. Rarity, if it doesn't have any resistances on it, it's immediately getting in the trash. This has got fire and all. Not as good. None at all. 13 and fire. No. None at all. 6 to all, which is practically nothing, and 9 to fire. Okay, that's easy. This, we don't need that. Belt is garbage. This belt is old. Ancestral Cry is trash. Hallowed Life Flask. How about I upgrade my Life Flask? 1900. Alright, let's craft on this. I hit it with an transmutation. Oh, no, it already is. It already is magic. Increased charge recovery. Hinders nearby. Okay, no, we're gonna re-roll this using alteration shards. Increased amount recovered, but it's over a slower period. I don't like that. No. Reduced amount recovered. Increased recovery rate. Half of it's applied instantly, and immunity to bleeding and corrupted blood. We already have immunity to bleeding. Wow, that's really a lot of health to recover. Unfortunately, don't like the slow period that it gets done over. Removes curses on use. Here, I like this one. It's still, it's a little bit more than this one. Giant. That's okay. Okay, so let me go talk to the vendor here. We're gonna get started with actually doing stuff, I promise. A new gold ring to look at and probably vendor. Right.
Good luck to you.
Thanks, Hargan. Okay, great. That's that. Now we can get on with the things. Go and kill Yugal. Mentioned before, I really don't like this battle. He like spawns mirrors of himself, and it's just really obnoxious. There's projectiles involved that do a lot of damage. I also want to say that I've kind of been thinking about this series over the last few hours, and I just want to think like I want to keep up with this character as long as I can. You know, like my idea when I started the series was to basically get through everything and get into the end game and discuss all of the in-game mechanics and go through all the maps and just try to, you know, do what we can with this character. But now that they're nerfing Righteous Fire, I have to make sure that it's not getting nerfed in standard mode, at least yet. So I'll have to, like I said, I'll have to check the notes on that or just see what happens. If this build gets nerfed at the end of the week when Affliction League gets launched, I don't know. I'm already way ahead in recording, so it'll be a new, different project. I think I'll have to start a whole new playthrough with a different build. But one thing I really liked about this one was that it's very user-friendly, you know? So, if I have to start a new character, we'll find out in a few days. And it's not a decision that I'll make lightly, but I may have to. My hands may be forced if GGG has nerfed this build and it carries over into standard mode here. We shall see. I'll know on Friday. Then that'll, depending on recording, you know, that's well, whatever. I'll let you know what I plan to do, because if the nerfs are correct, this build will be practically unplayable in its current form with the changes. So then my struggle would be, what's the next best sort of beginner character type, you know? That's fully subjective. To some people, a minion build might be their best idea of what would be great for beginners. You just spawn a bunch of zombies and run around or whatever. That's not really my playstyle, so I wouldn't want to necessarily do that. You know, the next thing would be I could pick a build that I like, or I'm streaming or whatever, and make the playthrough about that. Make the playthrough more about actually playing through the game and less about, you know, this is what you need to do using Righteous Fire or using my skill. It would just be, let's go through the game, same as this, see some changes or whatever the case may be, show you how I'm playing with this new character versus with the Righteous Fire. So I haven't fully thought that through. Clearly, I've barely thought about it at all. But I just want to kind of keep that out in the world. The series might be shifting unexpectedly soon. Getting a lot of drops for chromatic orbs. It's really good. Alright, here we go. This is where we're going to fight Yugal. So he's going to spawn, and he's going to do a bunch of stuff here that I don't like. Going to hit Wave of Conviction, Flammability. Watch out for those orbs there. They do a lot of damage. And these little glowing circles that are following me around, they do a lot of damage. Here's the mirrors, mirror images. Yeah, obviously, they seem to die pretty quickly. Bugel's back. So he doesn't stand still a lot, so kind of hard to hit him with traps. So I'm going to use the advantage of the Righteous Fire aura to do the work for us. Right, he should be coming back. Where are you? Over here? Yeah. I'm getting... Oh, I'm taking a lot of damage there. A lot of damage. Okay, good. Ugh. How's our inventory? Oh, it's not bad. Alright, Yugal is down. And now we need to go up here to the harbor bridge. I'm going to use a portal scroll, especially since our inventory is wrecked with big items. Lock this in.
It would be wrong to do that here.
So I don't want to harp on the fact that, you know, the series might be changing or whatever. It's just I'm kind of worried that we've come all this way with Righteous Fire and such a well-documented build, and you know everything. Tough for me to give it up. You know, I'm having a lot of fun right now. I may be just getting ahead of ourselves, getting ahead of myself. It might be totally fine. We might be able to continue with the plan, finish out the content that I want to before this build gets changed in Standard League.
Don't do anything I would.
I don't want to raise the panic alarm yet. Speaking of well documented, I'm going to go to the build guide here and see where my next path needs to go. Got this dexterity node, so the next big ones are this maximum life wheel. I get all 4 of these nodes here. Or I start working my way downtown to here. Ooh, kind of want this. Increased efficiency of skills is amazing. The reservation efficiency. Increased aura, increased area of effect. It's really between survivability and damage. Let's go down here. I'm going to start working on the damage portion. You can always adjust that if we need to. The next thing is we need to head up here. So I'll go to the Lunaris Concourse. Did you know flasks refill when you enter a town? Now you do. Alright, so we're already getting attacked, but we're immune for the next minute, so we're fine until I click that, and then we gotta get out of here. So the way that we want to go, roughly this way, but I feel like this isn't gonna be right. Alright, let's go up here. Part of the problem with like part 1 and part 2 of the campaign being in the same area basically is, you know, you might have a layout in your mind of what worked in Act 3 or 4 or whatever, but then you come up here and it's not the same.
I cannot do this yet.
That's okay, we'll just keep moving on and we'll try to find the exit. This is not where we need to be. This is Lunaris Temple. Or is that where I need to go? Let's see. Where are we? We're loading, that's where we are. Goodness, come on, man. Okay, so I went the wrong way. That happens, that's okay. Hit our aura, hit Quicksilver. So this is, I think, one of those cases where I'm gonna try this, okay. I'm gonna come back down.
Oi! Over here.
And you're gonna say, Chef, didn't you already come from over here? I'm gonna say yes. But sometimes in this area, and I don't know, this is exactly what I was talking about. I don't know if it's in this Act 8 or if it's in Act 3 or 4 or whatever it is, where you go to the waypoint and then down. get to the area you want to go to. The Harbor Bridge. It's this one. Wow, okay. Just proving my point all the time. Also, I need to make a note. I think I need to change my audio filter I have that's supposed to not have my microphone activated if there's only white noise going on or something. I feel like it clips my voice sometimes if I go a period of silence and then start to talk. Something for me to look at later. If I say it out loud, I'll have a higher chance at actually doing it. I'm gonna go ahead and do this Vol side area because we have the time, we have the damage, we have everything. And you know, you don't have to if you don't want to, but I'm kind of committed to doing the content. Let's freaking do it. Vol Cyclone. I didn't know there was a Vol Cyclone skill. That's cool. I didn't know that. True story. Alright, so that area was really meh. Come here, dude. Let me murder you. Ooh, I took a big hit there. Nothing looking too interesting, so we're gonna keep on. We do need to go up there. Alright, this is a big fight coming up. We're gonna be fighting both Lunaris and Solaris. Lunaris? I don't know. And they take turns. We're gonna click here to place the two stones, and then we get started. So they don't like each other too much. They had a little dispute there. Okay, so we're fighting Lunaris first. Boss Solaris is up on the pedestal. Watch out for the laser beams. Always watch out for laser beams. Now, those little golden spikes can hurt quite a bit. Up here. Oh, ow. Alright, so now we're fighting Solaris. Excuse me, Lunaris. Watch out for the fire on the ground, obviously. Those axes hurt, or whatever you want to call them. Okay, that laser beam. Big laser beam, definitely watch out. Okay, and now we're going to finish off Lunaris. Try to stay within range of your aura if you can. Even if it's just to walk around and do some kind of passive damage while you either get your level conviction or flammability on him.
Solaris.
All right.
Lunaris.
We did it. Yay.
Eclipse cold pride, flaming rage, and pass beyond this human age.
Right. Okay, buddy.
Sun and moon.
The exit to Act 9 is now open. We did it. We did it. Alright, this is the Blood Aqueduct. This is a favorite area of people, most people I would say, that maybe go into Act 9 a little underleveled. Or even, I think, going into Act 10 underleveled, because this area is pretty much a straight shot. The monsters are very easy to just kind of run into, run through, and run on. And it's a good monster level. Wow! Holy crap! What just happened? That was insane! I honestly couldn't tell you what the heck just happened. Here I am just
Cannot do this yet.
trying to say... Oh, is he doing some sort of explodey on the ground? see that. Oh my gosh, that was crazy. Anyway, most people like this area because it's a pretty straight shot. The monsters here are a good monster level for experience and items. And you can just run, pretty much run straight through it. Especially with this build, you can just run right through all these monsters and watch them die. Or get dead if you're like me and die to a random like spider thing. That was wild. That's what the second death of the playthrough. There's no penalty for death until after Act 10, so don't even be upset about it if you die. This is a super easy, just run right through. And this is the same area from a previous campaign act. I think it was in Act 5. The Blood Aqueduct. Or it was just the Aqueduct back when we first encountered it. Tava's corruption has caused it to become the Blood Aqueduct. And as you can imagine, the town that we're going to be going to as our home base for this act, the people are none too pleased because you can't really drink blood. Whew. I do kind of feel like, even though we're way over leveled, we're under geared. Another mirror image. That's something to think about. Over leveled but under geared. We can do better. Since I'm not using the trade site yet, you know, we're gonna have to find things, craft things, and maybe start to use some currency to make some adjustments, or at least try. We can start to try to roll some RNG. If we get some decent drops, we can. Alright, so everybody here, we're back in Highgate. And we've got a divination card. We have this one. So here's, okay, this is great. We have this carrion crow. We have 4 of them. So I'm going to pull this out. And do this, and do this. This back. This scepter. The item level 58. This one's a 56. I'm gonna hold this off to the side. So just to show you, and just so happens that we're in Act 9 here, we're at Highgate, so we can go talk to Tasuni. Now, in your base, Lily Roth can also do this.
The nightmare, my sister Kira.
But you can go to trade divination cards, and when you put in the 4, or whatever full stack you have, you trade it, and we will get this virile sentinel jacket, which is actually better known as a piece of hot garbage,
proud today, Exile.
which is really unfortunate. But it's just another gambling thing, you know.
You can grow.
Oh,
Alright, Taurus and Vanya, we remember those from previously. Okay.
Bye.
I'm gonna hold on to this scepter right here because I'm curious if we can do anything with it. And then this has quality on it, so we can just keep that, and we can get with all this. So we have a scepter. I think it's a weapon. It's a one-handed weapon, so let's see. We don't do physical damage. That's easy to determine, right? So a one-handed weapon, this penetrates cold resistance. Minions deal damage. Don't know what we would really want. Damage penetrates 5% fire damage. I wonder, because the weapon isn't doing the damage, you know, so I don't know. I don't know if that's what we want. Let me actually check the path of building. If I check items, it's really just trying to get as much elemental damage as possible. on both the scepter and the shield. Damage penetrates. No. Alright, it's not worth it then. It's not worth what we want. I think if I can get a shield that I can replace this for, actually, let me look at, I'm at 60 to 80 now. Elemental damage, increased fire damage. Alright, so I'm going to bring this over. As we finish up the episode, I want to bring this over because we're in the level 60 to 80 now. Now, in the scepter, he's saying, obviously, he's looking at elemental damage, fire damage over time, and crafted increased fire damage. There aren't many ways to get a starting scepter. Simply getting one affix, so like the fire damage over time multiplier, and crafting the other one is good enough to get started. You will usually either craft % fire damage over time multiplier or % fire damage increased. Fire multi needs to be unveiled via Jun, so that is a league mechanic called the Trail, the Immortal Syndicate. We haven't even seen that in the game yet. Jun is in town. She has a red exclamation point over her head, so we can go talk to her if we want to. But right now we have not gotten into that game mechanic. It is very in-depth, and it will require a lot of explanation. So this shield, he's looking at... He's got a minion shield. Minions deal 8% increased damage. I don't think we're really relying on our golem to do damage, per se, but I don't know, more damage is always good. +1 level to all fire skill gems. That's really good. And 48 max life. This is just an example of what you could get. You know, what you could try to craft for, or what to aim for. He's also saying that we've got a few options. We can get a pure energy shield. And with that, we can get +1 fire gem craft or % fire damage. We are trading defenses for damage. You can get a blend of armor and energy shield, which is good for elemental resistances. And you can get a pure armor shield that is better for defense. For the non-offensive shields, there are a variety of stats you can. Right. So, I think I want to go for the armor and energy shield base, because we have a mastery node that grants something if you have armor rolls on everything. Yeah, +1 to all elemental maximum resistances if equipped helmet. Oh, we don't need that. Body armor, gloves, and boots all have armor. Okay, we have that. Okay, so then we can do whatever we want on the shield then. So let me bring this back over, and we don't need to make the decision right now, but it's easy to look out for something instead. So maybe we do want to just do pure energy shield, and we can get +1 fire gem. Okay, I think that's what I want to do, is search for an all energy shield. And then this is just other crafted items here. I want to try to get life regen on gloves. Okay. And we've been good to be using turquoise amulets because we need the statistic. Cool. So that's good. We're on the right path here at least. Let me look at our guy. We've got the turquoise amulet. We could definitely stand to use better armor. In fact, we could really use better armor. We got level 38 armor. Yikes. Okay. Level 30 gloves. 56 boots. The boots aren't too bad. Balance level 40. Level 56. 36. We have a lot of upgrading we can do. Just a matter of finding the right colors on the sockets, basically, because tough. It is tough. Because we're on a currency bind right now.
The Dark
Talk
Ember.
to Send, and here's Jun.
I am Jun Ortoy of the Sun's Score, scattered across the plains and mountains.
So we're gonna start to encounter the Immortal Syndicate randomly, just like we randomly encountered Alva in those temple missions. We're gonna randomly encounter some Immortal Syndicate encounters, and I will. You're kind of forced into participating, so I'll do a brief explainer when the time comes, and then I will definitely have a full episode dedicated because it is a very convoluted and pretty difficult to understand, I think, league mechanic. I got into it pretty hardcore in the Ancestors League, and I really enjoyed it. Once you understand it, I think it's a lot more enjoyable once you know what you're trying to go for and understand how it works a little bit. But I think that's a lot of things. But anyway, that's going to be it for me today. I'm hoping I can remember to put the playlist link up at the top just in case you missed it. It should be arriving either now or at some point around this time of me talking this. But thank you again so much for all of the support. It's funny, over my years of YouTube creation, I've never been like really consistent. I'm usually pretty sporadic, even before I started streaming and I just did Minecraft YouTube content. I was never super consistent, but seeing the series come out every single day, not missing a day yet, and seeing a couple, I see the new subscribers come in, I see the comments. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it, and just knowing that this daily content it's working. People are noticing, and that's pretty cool. I really do appreciate it. So hopefully the YouTube algorithm gods will continue to bless my video on people's suggested page if they're interested in Path of Exile. Or maybe even if they're not. But anyway, yeah. Aside from the cards at the top of the screen for the playlist, all the links that I'm using are in the description down below, and I will see you in the next one.